Hi, we're two trainees from the WCMM Research School, Cecilia Skog and Lotte Fanherle, and we will in this video explain this paper from one of the Wallenberg Center of Molecular Medicine clinical researchers from Lund University, Sandra Lindstedt. This paper researches long-term survival after lung transplantation.
During our lives, we might develop a disease that cannot be fixed unless an organ is replaced by a new donor organ. This replacement of one's organ by an organ of another person we call an organ transplantation. There are many different organs that can be transplanted.
Think, for example, about the heart, the liver, kidneys, the pancreas, or the lungs. Every year, around 140,000 organs are transplanted. The statistics from 2017 show that almost 8,000 hearts, a bit more than 90,000 kidneys, 30,000 liver, and 2,000 pancreas transplantations were performed, and about 6,000 lungs were transplanted. The kidney and the liver are two organs that can be transplanted when the donor is still alive, which also reflects in the high number of transplantations. The lung, however, has many different criteria that need to be fulfilled in order to be a perfect match.
A few of the reasons why people would need a lung transplant are presented here. The lung could stop working due to environmental, genetic, or other factors.
To be able to transplant a lung, there are many factors to take into consideration. The age of the donor and recipient need to be roughly matched. Also, the height of the donor and recipient and the size of the organs play an important role in deciding whether the organ would be a good match or not. Also, many other factors need to be taken into account. This reflects into the low numbers of lung transplantations which can be performed.
In this paper, the researchers investigate whether a person with an ABO-compatible organ transplant would have the same survival rate as one with an ABO-identical organ transplant. But what is this ABO actually? A, B, and O stand for certain proteins that can be present on the red blood cells. It is important to know that if these proteins are not the same, that the body can attack the new organ. But this identical matching is not really strict. It is known that blood type O is a universal donor. It can therefore donate to a person with the same blood type, which is also called identical matching, or to all other blood types, and this is what we call compatible. Because this group is missing proteins on the surface, there is no reaction from the body. Further, all groups can donate to a person with an identical blood type, and another example of a compatible matching is blood type A or B giving to AB.
In this paper, the authors show that if we look long-term, there is no difference in survival of patient that received an ABO-identical versus an ABO-compatible lung. What you see in the y-axis is the survival rate. On the x-axis, there is the time since the transplantation in years. And they compare patients who got a compatible lung transplantation concerning ABO type with identical ABO type. What they conclude in this study is that there were no difference between the groups concerning long-term survival.
In conclusion, there are few lungs available for transplantation, and therefore patients often have to wait many years for a new lung. Also, many factors need to be matched. In this study, the researchers show that there is no difference in long-term survival looking at ABO-compatible and ABO-identical matching. Considering the many boxes a lung for transplantation needs to check, this finding is very interesting. This could lead to quicker transplantations and thus shorter times on the waiting lists.
Remember that you can sign up as an organ donor at Socialstyrelsens donationsregister. This QR code will take you directly there.